Welcome to another season of the Baddy Preshow. This is Chai here with T2, Slate, and Blaze. Welcome to another season of Baddy League, guys.
Good to be here. Good to be here. Season 7, 6 great seasons behind us. I can only hope and anticipate an exciting season ahead. I'm really excited, guys. I'm glad to be back in the virtual booth with you guys once again. I'm ready to do the show all over again. How you feeling, Slade?
I'm feeling good, man. I really do feel like every season ends up being more hype than the last one. It's insane that it happens like every time, and I'm hoping this season is no exception. But we'll see. We got a good amount of vets and a good amount of rookies coming in this season.
Speaking of those rookies, let's take a look at some of who we have new coming in this season. I have actually played with very few of these individuals, so if you guys have any insight, that'd be great. The following lists we have are Zachman, we have Chris DPG, Firehawk, Heather, and returning we have Hook Resets Pro Tip and Basin. But yeah, we got some returners. We got some new players. You got I'm pretty sure a lot of these new players. You know them, Blaze. Can you tell us a little bit about Firehawk, Heather, or some of the others?
Okay, you said Zachman, Chris DPG, Firehawk, Hook Resets, Pro Tip, Heather. Did I miss any of them?
And Zachman. Those are the new and returning.
Okay, dope. Yeah. Because Pro Tip and Hook Resets are names that we've heard before. I know Pro Tip more than I know Hook Resets because he played in Season 4 with me, and I got one match against him. So I'm excited to see his Zelda. I think we just watched him go. No, he lost 2-0 to a newcomer, Zachman, which we know nothing about. So, but we do know that Pro Tip has his own Switch now. He's not using Duds' Switch. So we're excited to see whether he uses that to his advantage or he just waits every Wednesday to play his matches. Either way, I am glad Pro Tip is back. I first met Chris DPG in one of the charity leagues. I think I played his Roy, maybe one other character, but I knew and he's in other Baddy leagues as well. So I talked to AJS about it. I was like, man, why can we get this guy in Baddy? Like, this guy has everything that you're looking for in Baddy, and he would just make it that much better. So I'm glad he's here. I'm glad he's competing. Got to see his Terry for the first time on stream. Now I have to admit, it is a tie between these next two. These are true rookies now. Over which one I'm more excited to see, because I've played against Heather. I've played against, I won't say who she uses now because we've yet to see her stream debut. I love her gameplay. I'm not quite sure where to place her on the sort of proverbial in-process tier list of baddie players, but she could be up there. I think KK already said that she's D1 material. I know D1 is gone, but we still kind of use it as a frame of reference. Firehawk is going to be so much fun to watch. He is so much fun to watch. Hopefully, we are currently waiting on someone to volunteer to run baddie doubles. If you get to see Firehawk, or if you have the chance to see Firehawk play doubles, please cancel your plans. Please make time to watch Firehawk in doubles. You will not be disappointed. Hands down, greatest amount of streaming that I've ever seen, or greatest gameplay I've ever seen.
T2, do you have any insight on some of these players?
So this week, I unfortunately had to cast and ditch, so I didn't get to see pretty much any rookies play. So I am relying on you, but it does make me really excited. Did we see Firehawk on stream?
No, we haven't seen Firehawk, Heather, or Hook Resets on stream. We have seen Zachman, we've seen Chris, we've seen Pro Tip. The only rookie that we've seen win so far on stream is Zachman.
Okay.
He is our third Link player. So I'm excited. I'm excited for Zachman. I want him to do great. But what I don't want is 3 Links in top 8. One of them has to go. I'm sorry, Huckleton and Candy. That's just my personal preference. Go ahead.
This might be the season of Link, huh? We've had the season of DK.
I know we got 4 Wolves, man.
Oh, you're right.
Wolfpack represent.
Man, I was just about to bring up how the coolest thing about these rookies coming in, besides the fact, I want to see where they place, and you saying that, some of these people might be D1 material is phenomenal to hear. But I love seeing just which characters people are going to play. Like, Ultimate is an incredible game with, was it 70 plus characters? And
I think it was 86.
It really does seem like they're all viable. And we're seeing, we saw Mac already. We've seen Jigglypuffs. We've seen, I just named one player, but I love seeing these characters, not picked much characters. Something we don't see very often, bring in more variety makes, as a caster, I greatly appreciate them.
For sure. I think that, I don't think we have to worry about the Wolf back. I think the players using Wolf are not married to Wolf, so the chances of them switching off is very, very high. Every Wolf player in Baddy Smash has a secondary at least, so yeah, we'll see how long the Wolf pack stays together.
And what do you got against Wolf? I mean, Wolf is
no one wants 4 of the same character.
Sure. I'll give you that, but
maybe someone does, but I don't.
Wolf is like the Ryu of Street Fighter. He's just all around great character, easy to pick up, and high potential, high skill cap.
I agree.
Now we got some new players. We got a new season, and we would not have a new players and new season without always, it seems like, some new rules and some new stages. And then what's most interesting, and what I've had to answer to a couple people about 5 or 6 times now, new rules and how the group stage goes, which I think AJS has cracked it again. He's come up with a new great idea for a group stage. I actually like this idea a lot because it gives players more games, especially players in D1. Because usually you're pretty bored or you're not even taking them that seriously. And it also gives room for people in D2 to just jump into D1 if they know what's up. And the way group stage works now, for those of you who do not know, is very similar to like any game you've played with like MMR or Divisions. It's based off a website called Anthers Ladder, which is like a online competitive format for Smash Brothers. But basically, if you were to look at our announcements page and you looked at like our week 1 schedule and you see the week 1 round robin groups. So we had KK, Candy Jack, Blaze, Wellens, me, Duds, etc., different groups. These groups are organized based on player skill. So at the top we had Candy Jack, we had Blaze and KK. That's a pretty good top at the top. But right next to them, about the equal level, we had like Wellens, me, and Duds. We're like, quote unquote, we were talking about Division 1 being dead. That is basically what Division 1 looks like. It's like the big 6 up there at top. Then we have some more players on below, like Head Reaver, Salvo, AJ Zero, Mad Cow. We got Lars, Albano Joe. Again, we have groups from high skill to lowest skill. What's interesting is we take a look at some of these results for week 1. Some players, like Mad Cow, performed very, very well in their group where they went undefeated. So they'll probably move up to where me, Duds, and Wellens were. Whereas they, I don't know, Tuna Sub, probably, I don't know how well Tuna Sub did, but I saw him lose on stream. He might come down a group and swap with Cax, who was underneath him, but Cax went undefeated. So these groups are going to rotate, and we're going to have new round robins every week based on like who's the top, who's the next up. And by the end, our top 8 players in the groups that will form out of top 8 results will be your Division 1 that automatically qualify. There'll be then a qualifying stage to make the top 16, and then we'll have a Swiss for top 16 to get us to our final top 8 championship bracket. Fellas, you got any questions on that?
Okay, so if this were a regular or your average MMR game like Overwatch, like Apex, like League, you would have diamond, gold, silver, bronze, and then you would have something like top 500, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we have 7 groups? 7 groups. So you're saying the 7 groups that we have now, you can basically assign them bronze, silver, gold, diamond 1, diamond 2, top 500. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's basically how it works.
Got it.
It's
So
not
based on
officially
your-
labeled, but that's kind of how the design is based off of.
I got it. So based on your performance by week, you either lose your ranking and or gain your ranking.
Yeah, you might lose, you might gain, you might stay the same if you went like 2-2.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he's also going to be looking at is he going to be looking at overall record? Like
That I'm not sure, because it says that the top 8 will advance, but right now our round robin had 6 people at the top 2 groups and then a group of 4. So it might, I'm assuming it's based off like placement and then record. Like record might be the tiebreaker.
So assuming that top group, let's say it was always 3 people, assuming like the number of people in each group stayed the same, then he would just pick, okay, everyone in group 1, everyone in group 2, and then the top 2 people in that third group. That's probably
assumably. There's still some more. The AJS, I know you're going to be listening to this. A little more clarification would be great, but I'm pretty sure, as you've explained to me, that's how it's going to work.
It is going to be based on wins and losses. I was told from the commissioner himself. So going 2-0 is better than going 2-1. So going 2-0, does give you a greater chance, I'm assuming, to actually ascend levels compared to going 2-1.
Okay. My best advice for the freshman class would be, if you just keep winning, you don't have to worry so much. Just win all your matches, and then all this doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. Easy said. But this is I do really like this. One thing that we've learned throughout the season, Swiss was wonderful. Swiss gave you really close matches. Close in skill level. So as a spectator and as a player, you're getting more matches against someone your skill level. But like you said, there's one big flaw, and that's D1 was sitting out for weeks. They were doing nothing, being bored. So this solves that issue, and we should still get great matches on stream, more similar skill levels. And honestly, it's kind of fun to watch. Like now that we know that there's actually levels to this, which group you're in, we can actually watch people go up and down and predict, maybe a little bit more accurately who's going to make it into top 8.
Wait, did he get rid of Swiss this season? Are we not doing a Swiss bracket?
We're doing Swiss for top 16.
Okay.
Going into top 8.
Got it.
Okay. Well, maybe I don't know what's going on then. I assume this was gonna, because Swiss was kind of the like pools in my opinion, and I thought this was replacing the quote unquote pools.
All right. Yeah. Week 4 is qualifier week. And week 5 through 7 is a Swiss as well. So there's the qualifiers. So a small qualifier, he says a small qualifier round to determine who goes to Swiss. I don't know what that means. But then weeks 5 through 7 is top 16 Swiss.
Okay. So maybe we'll actually have one Swiss bracket instead of D1 sitting out. But we'll see.
And there was nothing really wrong. I mean, yeah, D1 had to wait a long time, but then we had that kind of group stage last season where we just kind of like played matches. I don't remember what they were for, but we were just playing matches and they were on stream. So I thought that solved that. But
they were technically for seeding, but I know a few people who didn't really take them seriously at all.
Right, they were filling out new characters, blah blah blah. That's fine. I'm excited for this new format. Hopefully, I do well.
Good luck, yeah. Good luck to both of you, I guess.
Lastly, in our itinerary of we have new stages, and AJ, our commissioner, Mr. Swift, had said his philosophy was everyone is here. And it looks like every single stage that might have ever been legal in Baddy League is now here. So we have fan favorites like Lilat and Castle Siege. Definitely everyone's favorites. WarioWare. We got Yoshi's Story. We got the new stage, Hollow Bastion. At Northern Cave, we got the actual favorite Spring Stadium. We got Yggdrasil's Altar. So many stages. We have a grand total of 3. We have 7 starters and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 counter picks, totaling 16 stages. Rich, do you think you're going to take advantage of Blaze? Do you think you're going to take advantage of this extended stage list at all? There are a good amount of bands that come with the stage list, so like a lot of the quote unquote jank ones you might not see. We lucked out on seeing WarriorWare once last week, but what do you think? Do you think you're gonna get more or less out of the stage list?
I don't know, man. It's just, I'm at the end of the day, it'll be fine. I'm a firm believer in fuck Lilat. There's not too much wrong with Lilat, but it's just easier to say fuck Lilat.
Man,
I am glad to see Unova. I don't plan on playing a whole lot of Mewtwo, Sheik, and Palutena, so that teleporting recovery doesn't really apply to me. And I'm cool with most of these. I'm always going to ban Battlefield. Castle Siege has some jank on it.
You're always going to ban Battlefield. What did Battlefield do to you?
Me and Battlefield don't get along, so I just leave it. It's got to go.
Giving up your secrets right away, man.
Hey, I mean, is it really a secret? It's just like I'm a ban it. What are you going to do about it? I'm not going to.
Well, it just means other people have a possibility of 5 bans because they know that you're not going to play Battlefield.
That's true.
Maybe cut this. Cut this so I don't fuck Blaze over.
Leave it in.
No, we keep it.
Leave it in.
I tell you what, I'm banning Castle Siege every time. There, you got one for me too.
That is one I want to talk about. Castle Siege, as a player, absolutely hated the map, and it was mainly because of DDD. DDD's projectiles on that map make him an absolute powerhouse when he has top stage. And that is something interesting about that map, is because the person who is on top generally does have an advantage. Like, stage position on that map matters way more than other maps. I'm curious to know what you two, as players,
Anakin, it's over. I have the high ground.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
it definitely seems like a good Incineroar stage, just because it's relatively small. I'm not seeing any huge issues with it. A lot of people just don't like slants, so they would probably get rid of something like Lilat, Castle Siege, and Yoshi's Story. I'm fine with it.
Think about it. Link, Link has no problem. He's got Boomerang and Bomb, so he can go up or down the slants, right? But you got someone like Ness. That map will crush his PK fire.
Yeah,
he will have to come up with a new strategy. You got someone like Wolf.
Yeah, I hate the stage. I'm playing Wolf. I can't camp you with lasers on the bottom half. That sucks.
Exactly. So that stage, if it ends up getting picked, and I mean, there's so many stages that it's bound to eventually, we're going to see some interesting stuff on there. And thank you, AJS. Thank you, Swift. Like, I love variety, and I'm so excited to watch this.
I feel like depending on the Link player, they could make Castle Siege work. Like, there are a lot of Link players that like big stages, not to give away Link strategy, but I would love to see someone incorporate just the slant in the middle of Castle Siege to like use some good bomb play. This just reminded me that we finally lost the Joker stage, the Mementos.
Yeah, Mementos, which I would.
Too bad.
If we ever talk to Swift on podcasts, or maybe I'll bring it up casting, I'm curious to know why that one got dropped. Maybe it got dropped for Castle Siege, but
been a fan favorite for a long time. You're right, T2.
Someone always went there. Someone always went there and picked the Persona 3 music, right?
Yes, someone always did. But I know. I mean, that's a mystery that maybe just didn't want that many stages. But yeah, I mean, everything else is pretty cookie cutter. I think Lilac is a great stage. If there's some jank to it, that's unfortunate. But the stage, low platforms, really interesting. Adds a lot of new possibilities for characters. WarioWare is a great stage. People don't realize that it's a good stage for everyone. Like, people assume that it's just good for Ganon and stuff, which it is, because Ganon's recovery is bad and he has great base knockback. So yes, he's going to kill it earlier. But that stage really does just buff every character's kill potential. And I don't know, everything else is pretty, Spring Stadium, great stage. Literally week 1, we had so much happen on Spring Stadium that you wouldn't see, watching the pros play or whatever. That stage just adds another level of baddie to Season 7 for sure.
If I had to rate most entertaining Baddie Smash content, at number 1, I'm going to say is Firehawk playing doubles. At number 2 is going to be low profile Jones on Spring Stadium. There's always some wild ass shit happening when she's on Spring Stadium. Last season we had
the shield break.
Yeah, she got shield broken by Luigi up B, run into the ceiling, and was just stuck there for like 3 seconds, 5 whole seconds. So
Yeah, that was
wild
incredible.
stuff.
What also was so incredible was the week 1 match of week 1 was a ton of great material, a ton of great games. Maybe not for all of us. Shout out to Blaze on that one.
Thanks.
But a lot of great ones. Did you have anything that surprised you from week 1? Any result that like might have stuck out to you, or anything on stream that you just were excited to see?
Yeah, I didn't plan on getting 3 stocks, but I got 3 stocks. Other than that, I did not expect Lars versus low profile Jones to be nail biting close. I did not expect that at all. Let alone both of her matches coming down to game 3, like very high percent at the end. What else stuck out? Cax's hero, didn't see that coming. I expected Cax to rip out his usual main, but his hero got the job done, undefeated. Kudos to you, Cax. He's probably looking for that top 8 spot this year. I think those are the main things that stand out.
Floyd?
Like I said, I did not get a chance to.
Oh, that's right. You said you had to cast and dip.
Yeah, I did. I am excited to see Cax play. Hero, I mean, 1 crit on stream already. I'm kind of curious to know how many crits we can get by the end of the season, but...
Oh my god.
Now, the special thing, a little bit of insider knowledge. I've been rooting for him a lot. I dropped a bias casters on him. He's my roommate now. And we play a lot. And he always plays against my Wolf. And his best matchup in the Wolf is his hero. And he plays that character all the time now. So Hero's just his most well-oiled machine right now. I think you're going to see more of this than Alamar, than Lucas, than really anything you've seen, unless things start to go south.
Yeah,
this is really becoming an insiders podcast. We're just giving away everyone's secrets.
Dude, I love how I love that you did the bias casters in his debut. So we had to be mean to him for the first time he's ever been on stream.
Poor Chris DPG.
I legitimately felt bad.
He messaged me afterwards. I thought it was really funny.
Well, what did he say?
Let me find it. Chris DPG. Shoot. Where was that? Oh no, that was in general chat. I'm talking wild.
Fine, we'll edit and post.
What? No, we keeping this. We keeping it.
Okay.
Anytime I say something dumb, we keep that in dumb. We're gonna add I'm gonna add a ticker. But yeah, he did mention that he found it funny that he had negative casters against him.
Okay, good. I did apologize. I mean, I assumed he's watched Baddy League before, so he probably knew what he was in for. But I did apologize in Twitch chat just because I also feel like it was one of the better bias casters we've ever done. We really it wasn't the meanest, but it was definitely like the most, we had some good insults, some creative insults.
What I was really excited to see, and there was a very small part of me that we were joking about, hey, I should just throw against duds so we can have everyone in our group go 1-1. But the Wellens duds game was so good. That looks like a losers finals game going into we're not doing predictions for top 8 this week, but spoiler, I think those are going to be like our top 3 Wellens and duds.
Yeah. If you want a safe bet, you put Wellens and duds in your top 8 or top 4, hands down.
I think that match was super fun to watch, especially.
So, speaking of top skill in this league, we have lost my wing this season, correct?
No, he's still here. He got trounced by Cax.
Okay, well that'll make this even more interesting because I want to talk about who we think is the new gatekeeper of season 7 because skills have gone up and down. I mean, honestly, like every season, it feels like the general skill level goes up. But do we still think that, we've said Wang and Albino Joe, gatekeepers, these are the guys you need to beat in order to like ascend to the top of this league. If you can't beat these guys, if you can't beat their cheese, you're never going to make it. Once you beat these guys, then you're a contender for, top 4. But is it still my wing and Albino Joe? I mean, what do you guys think?
All right, so I've been drafting my season 7 predictions on like rankings, and I super forgot to put Albino Joe in here, but he is a strong candidate for you cannot get into top 8 without beating Joey, especially since he's undefeated, right? In week 1.
He is. Albino Joe beat Lars, Jim Bone, and LPJ last week.
3-0. 3-0. Yeah, that's the front runner.
Here's the thing. Has he gotten too good to be the gatekeeper? Like, is he now just, among the best players? Or do we still think he is that, the gatekeeper is essentially probably the worst of the best players, right? Or it's someone who's so good at cheesing, roller, that you need to beat that cheese. In my opinion, that's how you define gatekeeper. So you still think so?
I think Albino, he's the gatekeeper for top 8. So we have the cutoffs at top 8 and top 16. I think Albino Joe is definitely the gatekeeper for top 8. Like, he's definitely going to, he's always going to find himself near top 8 or like right outside it.
Yeah, here's the thing. We've said this like multiple times on the podcast, right? Where we've got like 12 names for who's top 8 worthy. And you're just like, we don't know where the cards are going to fall. We don't know what the bracket's going to look like. But there's like the top 8 that make it, the 3 people behind them, like 9th and 10th, could have easily made it into top 8. I think we usually agree on that much. And we haven't seen Joey in top 8 maybe 2 seasons. He didn't make it last season, and I don't have the season before that in front of me. But he's a strong contender for that 8th spot this year for sure. The only other name that I could think of that could be a good gatekeeper, low profile Jones could be a great gatekeeper. Kaiser could definitely be a great gatekeeper since he won the elimination bracket for D2 last season. Always practice. I don't know about always practicing, but he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff about Ultimate. Cax could be another great gatekeeper. I
got Cax in top 8. Top
8, really? Oh man,
easy.
That's okay. Cool. I'm excited to hear that. So you're saying that some of these players are just barely making it out of top 8. I mean, that is what the gatekeeper is, right? Gatekeeper is probably expected to place 9th. If we're talking top, I want to talk about. So I think we're all pretty much on the same page with that.
I think Wang lost his spot though. I saw Wang play against Cax last week, and I'm like,
Wang might have lost.
I'm glad you're good at League of Legends, Wang. I think LPJ is that perfect example of a top 16. She's really, really good. She has some trouble in pressure situations. But if you don't know how to handle Little Mac, and you don't know how to handle that pressure, if you can't like control the pace of a game well, you're gonna lose.
That is a great point.
It's not so much the Little Mac knowledge, but just like overall knowledge of the game.
Like, I've lost LPJ a good amount of times.
She's gonna pull some left field shit on you, and she's gonna test you. She's going to test you, so you have to be able to perform if you are going to try to make it in the top 8. But it sounds like you're saying you're putting her at 16th, or is that what you're saying?
At the very minimum, I think you have to be better than LPJ to make top 16.
Okay.
I think that one's a little more lenient. The second gatekeeper, as we'll call them. I'm just gonna throw this out here. Maybe controversial opinion, but that second one might be Salvo too.
Ooh.
So you're saying Salvo at the 16th seed, and No.
I'm saying if you want to even be considered top 16, you need to be able to deal with Salvo's cheese. I'm not necessarily saying that he's, he belongs near 16, because I have he could go up or down. But I think he's the guy you need to beat to actually be considered to be top 16. Like,
if you want to be in the conversation for top 16, step 1 is to beat Salvo. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because it's not always just about, like I said, I don't think it's always the gatekeeper. In my opinion, it's not just about being better than this person. It's about being able to deal with their tactics. Because a top level player is gonna destroy Salvo most likely with his Luigi shenanigans. But someone who doesn't know how, even like, let's say 10th place, 10th seed, if they don't know how to deal with that Luigi shenanigans, if they don't know how to DI out of his throws or not to get graded 0%, Salvo might take them. So it doesn't matter where Salvo is placed. He's still that guy who's like, I'm guarding this area. I'm guarding this area. And maybe, maybe it's Salvo, maybe it's not. I'm just throwing it out there.
Very factual. I mean, Salvo does teach you one thing, and it's what is safe in Shield and what is not safe on Shield, because you die if you choose wrong.
Exactly.
Sure. Usually makes it out of D2, usually in that top 16 until he gets beaten.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that choice. I'm gonna stick with Albino Joe and Low Profile Jones as my gatekeepers.
I'm a secondary that LPJ and Albino Joe.
Okay. I think I'm gonna put Salvo there. Okay. I think Joey is a favorite for all of us for the gatekeeper. Yeah. But I think I'm gonna put Salvo there. I think some people are gonna be angry at me for doing that, but I'll do that. But one thing I really want, I got cheese on my mind right now. I'm talking about Salvo. One thing I really want to bring up this week that I would like to talk about is KK's Kazuya.
Gatekeeper for first place.
No. I mean, yes, of course, that is 100% true. But like, I don't know much about the character, and Blaze, you got firsthand experience here. But from what I see, this character, the way KK plays him might make it really hard for people to deal with. Like people that are not pro level. You talk about Ike. Like Ike is the kind of character who, if you just picked up a controller and you just started playing Smash, Ike is going to win. Ike, Ganondorf, they destroy everyone at low level play.
Right.
Until you get to mid level, right? And I'm scared that Kazuya is this like, we're like decently high level here at the Baddy League. But is Kazuya is he Ike from high level to pro level play? Like, maybe
it definitely changes this traditional, if you can say traditional, the traditional Smash that you're used to with like all of his iframes and the command grab that kills very, very early, the rage drive, that's stuff that you really are not used to seeing when you play a lot of Smash. So just that hurdle alone is going to beat 70% of the people in Baddy unless they start practicing right now. And I think the simplest way to beat that kind of strategy is not going to be fun to watch, right? It's going to be a lot of camping. It's going to be a lot of lame play because it's like you don't want to get close to Kazuya. So I understand why you bring it up, and it's a good conversation piece. I think I'm more curious to see the counterplay. I'm not so much worried that it's going to like ruin Baddy. I just want to see the counterplay to it.
Okay. I don't know if you want to see the counterplay. I've played against Kazuya a lot, and the only times I really beat him is as Wolf, and I play like a weenie. I camp him for days. I camp him on the left side of the stage. I camp him on the right side of the stage. I go under platforms. I do anything I can to not interact with that terrifying Vegeta hair-ass man, because he will kill me if I touch him wrong.
I hear you.
I will say this now. I will not hold it against you if you decide to do that. If you or anyone in the league decide to do that. If you got to do what you got to do to win, you should do what you got to do to win. Like, it's fine. Don't worry. As a caster, I'm not going to be like, this is the worst thing ever. I'm going to be like, yeah, they know what they should be doing. They know what they should be doing, and they're doing it. So I'll get that out of the way. But yeah, I was just, I'm week one. It's week one. It's early, but KK's Kazuya is just, oh man, it's getting me scared. I hope this doesn't just like destroy the Baddy League, and I really hope that people are able to deal with it. But of course, week one, we got plenty of time.
Lots of time.
Blaze is not scared. Blaze even fought him, not scared at all. So maybe it's not a problem.
It's a problem. It's a problem. I think the Baddy League will survive. I think we will endure.
I think this is on a lot of us, though. I think a lot of us in this league will be like, KK, just pick a top tier, and we get what we asked for.
That is scary. From DK, widely considered to be near the bottom, to Kazuya, who right now is most certainly considered to be near the top in a lot of people's opinions.
I guess, am I in the minority by thinking, I don't think Kazuya is quite a top tier? He's definitely
I think he's like 10th. If we're like take all the characters and put him in order, I think he's like 10th place.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
10th is considerably high.
That's very, very high.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong or right. I'm just saying like 10th in most games, you'd be like, wow, 10th. In Ultimate, 10th is like, whoa, that's high.
It's got to be high tier. Yeah, if you're talking about 86 characters and you're talking about the top 10, it's got to be high. I don't know if we want to open up this can of worms, but real quick, between Kazuya and Fox, Chai, who's higher on the tier list?
Fox.
Okay. All right.
Fox like 8th. I could do this and I could map this out another time, but that's how I feel it.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue when Light is, considered the third best player in the world right now.
Is he an abnormality, or is he just, the signs of the future that we should all pick Fox?
That's for another discussion.
Whole other day.
Up next, we have Baddy Bets, but first, a commercial break. Do you own a hamster? Do you own a gerbil? Are you lonely? Do you own a mouse? Are you looking for love? Do you own a guinea pig? Well, we're looking out for you. At the team, we are looking for more developers for my new app, Gerblr, the dating app for rodent pet owners. Turns out, mathematically, a lot of people who own rodents look for other people who date other people who own rodents. We are LGBTQ friendly. We have options for all particular preferences. And yeah, we are looking for developers. So if you're looking to help out your good man Chai on the Gerblr team, feel free to call 1-800-735-3333. That is 1-800-735-3333. Now back to the show. All right, Baddy Bets. A long recurring segment. We don't have the upcoming week for schedule, but we have a couple of prompts we came up, and I have some stakes on the line, fellas. Whoever gets the most of these two right is referred to only as Your Highness next week during recording.
All right, I'm down.
Okay, sure.
All right, so our first is so we had
hold
four. Go ahead.
This feels like a lose-lose to me. I don't want to call either of you that I really don't want to, but I also would feel really weird having either of you call me that.
Come on, what do you think?
Do you have a better idea?
Can I choose my term if I win?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm down. Let's do it, baby.
Wait. Oh, okay. He gets to choose what he's going to be called as.
I get to, yeah, what I'm referred to.
Okay, we'll let everyone have that option.
Okay. I'm sticking with Your Highness, though.
I'm sticking with Your Highness as well.
Okay, well, I better win this then.
Now, we're going to take turns choosing, and you can't choose the same person. T2, I'm going to let you choose first. And then you're going to choose last on the next prompt.
Okay, sounds good.
First one. We have 5 undefeated players. We might have 6, but as of recording, we have 5 undefeated players from week 1 who played more than one game. We have Cax, Mad Cow, Ooga Booga, Chai, and Albino Joe. All from different divisions. Some might move by moving into their others' divisions. Some might moving, and they might be facing each other. If one player is going to remain undefeated amongst those, who do you think it's going to be?
Can you give me that list one more time?
Cax, Mad Cow, Ooga Booga, myself, and Albino Joe.
Well done, because this is going to be a very hard bet to do. Like, these seem very hard. But I'm gonna go with Mad Cow for that one.
Damn it.
I'm also saying damn it, because I would have picked that one too. That's such a good pick. What do you think? Why do you think he's gonna go undefeated?
He's placed at I believe he's like the third from the top tier, so he's not too high up. He might go up, he might go down. But either way, he's such a good player, and he's not too close to the top. He's not too close to these like absolute dominant players where I think he could easily go undefeated for another week.
Who gets to pick next?
Rich, you get to choose next. You got Cax, Uga, myself, and Albino Joe. Who's going undefeated and for a second week in a row?
I think. All right. I don't think it's you, Chai. I don't think you can keep this undefeated streak. You're coming in off a hot season.
Burn.
You're coming in off a hot season 6. You're undefeated with your new character, which is pretty good. Pretty impressive stats. Resume looks good.
For those who in the know, T2, you would know this. This is actually my first character ever in Baddy League. This is a throwback to season 2.
Whatever. I'm looking at Cax.
Whatever.
I'm looking at Cax with this hero that has the potential of staying undefeated with RNG alone, especially with how many shield breaks he got. And Albino Joe, Uga also looks strong. All right. I'm going to put all my money on Cax. All
right. And that's where y'all made your mistakes. I got the easiest choice, baby. Easily the person going to go undefeated next week. A lot of you forget Uga Booga's been to the playoffs twice.
That's true.
And he's seated at the very bottom. He's in Iron Group. He's in your Wood 5. He's at the very bottom of the player group. And I don't understand why he's that low. He's way too low. Even if he moves up and some people move down, if he plays against like Wang, Chris, and Zachman, or Rang, Firehawk, and Zachman, I think Uga wins that. I think Uga goes undefeated 2 weeks in a row. Easy. I think I'm going to be called Your Highness next week.
I gotta look at this. I gotta look at this group list.
I do think Uga is definitely a sleeper pick. So well done for baiting us on that one. But we'll see.
For doubting me.
I still have mad confidence in Mad Cow.
I think we all do. I think the fact that Mad Cow showed up on week 1 when he normally never shows up on week 1 is a big enough sign.
That's all it takes, man.
The second prompt. Easily the 3 least popular stages. I think we only saw one of these on stream last week, courtesy of yours truly. Which of these unloved stage gets picked the most? I'm going to pick first because I picked last time. I think we're going to see a Castle Siege pick. I think Castle Siege comes out.
What are the stage choices?
The choices are WarioWare, Lilat, and Castle Siege.
Okay. So I get whatever. I get the leftovers after Blaze.
So which stage will be picked the least?
No, didn't you say which stage is going to be picked the most?
I'm going to give you a little bit of choice. I'm going to be a little nice. We'll give you a fourth option.
All right, fine.
We're going to throw a fourth option in there. Because a lot of these stages are still pretty frequently picked. Ooh, we didn't see Northern Cave on stage on stream at all last week.
Nah, you don't have to be nice. I will take the. I'll take the third.
We'll give Hollow Bastion as a fourth option. Because Hollow Bastion's also the newest stage that has never been in a Baddy League before.
All right, so what are we betting on?
This is the same bet. Whoever gets the most right out of these 2 prompts.
It's which stage is picked the most, right? Out of these least picked stages.
Between WarioWare, Lilat, Castle Siege, and Hollow Bastion.
Yeah.
WarioWare, Lilat, Castle Siege, Hollow Bastion. Okay, go ahead.
I think we're seeing Castle Siege. I think we got a bunch of Fire Emblem Weeb fans out there. I think it's a decent enough stage. It's a good counter pick for a lot of characters. I think if you play a heavy, you should definitely keep it in your plethora of stages to pick. Lars, go to Castle Siege. Trust me, it's really, really good for Bowser. You'll thank me later.
I'm gonna pick WarioWare.
You think WarioWare's showing up again?
Yep. Yep.
Dang.
I'm going WarioWare.
Why do you think that?
Of those, what's gonna be the most pick? Yeah, WarioWare, man.
Do you think more than Hollow Bastion and Lilat?
It's something. No one wants Lilat. You're the only person that wants Lilat. No one wants Lilat. Hollow Bastion, it doesn't have that appeal that Spring Stadium has. Like, we're not playing with hazards on, so they're not going to see their weeb Kingdom Hearts character at the end on last stock. The music's not all that great, and we don't have that many Kingdom Hearts fans in Baddy Smash, so no one's going to want to go there. If you really wanted to go to a single platform thing, you'd probably just go to Smashville. So, in terms of Baddy players that want chaos, where do they want to go? That's WarioWare. That's where they want to go. They don't trust Castle Siege. Hollow Bastion's kind of dry. Fuck Lilat. And Northern Cave. Wait, was Northern Cave one of the options?
No.
Okay, then it's WarioWare.
Yeah, I do think WarioWare is probably one of the most banned stages, but it's also one of the stages that if it's left open, is probably going to get picked a lot because I think a lot of people will want to play that stage. So I think you nailed it maybe with that one. So I am going to go. Oh man, I am going to take the pity pick, and I will do Hollow Bastion. I do think the stage looks great. I think I love Lilat, but it gets so much hate that I think even people who don't understand why people hate it are probably just not going to pick it. And my only hope is Hollow Bastion. So I'm going to go with Hollow Bastion. Final answer.
What's funny is I'm imagining a situation where let's say I play Reaver next week, and Reaver bans 4 stages, and then he just sends me a post. He's like, just a reminder, Slade wants you to go to Hollow Bastion, and I'll be like, shit, I can't let Slade. So me and Chai could be manipulated in our stage picks.
I'm gonna add one last rule. You cannot pick Blaze. I'm not gonna pick Castle Siege next week. You can't pick WarioWare next week.
Well, no. How about this? No, how about this?
You can't force the issue.
No. How about this? If you two pick one of those stages, it just doesn't count because I don't want to influence the bracket at all. So if one of you pick any of these stages, we just do not count it towards the. If your opponent picks it, it counts. But if you specifically pick it, it doesn't count towards the most picked stage.
Fair. That's fair.
Deal. Lastly, those are our bets. We're hold us to them. Lastly, do you guys have any speculations for week 2 before we close out the show?
Speculations for week 2. Okay. Yeah, so bit of insider knowledge. We were, picking topics for the podcast. We're gonna save top 8 for when we get more info on matchups and results, etc., etc. I think top 4 was one of our ideas. Top 4 is a little easy, and when I'm looking at the list, I want to talk about the 4 horsemen of D2. Whereas, if we still had the D2 D1 setup, and let's say you are a new player and you trying to think who should I be looking out for? Who's really dangerous? Uncle Toon, Tuna Sub, Salvo, and I'll say
LPJ in there.
No. I'm thinking of D2 heavy hitters. These are the 4 you have to worry about if you're trying to get out of that D2 area. AJS, LPJ, Cax, Uga, those are people, Lars, those are people that are waiting for you in D1. Congratulations on making it out of D2. Now try this. That's a whole different tier list for me, or that's a whole different group for me. I think those are the 4 horsemen of D2. If you're trying to if you're looking for a bar to be above. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just distracted because you were talking about this. I didn't even know it's still now. Who's seated? AJS, why are you seated so high?
Do we have a seed list?
Well, I'm assuming based on how the groups went that it was seated highest to lowest. We have Candy Jack Blaze KK group 1, right? Me, Wellens, Gods group 2. Had Reaver. Mad Cow, okay, that makes sense for group 3. And then you have AJS. What are you doing there? Buddy, come down. It's so high.
Dude.
You're gonna fall.
You could
You're gonna
probably
hurt
find.
yourself.
You could probably find documentation of AJF saying that he gets bodied by low-profile Jones, which makes this funny. I also do not have any record of him beating Lars off the top of my mind. But hey, he's the commissioner. He can put himself wherever the hell he wants.
No. Listen here. One of the most important things that I've learned from listening to pros talk is you cannot go into a match thinking you're going to lose. You need to go in thinking that, yeah, I can do this. You got to have the confidence to be able to do this, right? And that's why Swift placed himself alongside Mad Cow and Headweaver.
Okay.
He's just
confident.
He
did beat Headweaver. I think he did beat Headweaver.
And I'm going to be like, I'm making a joke right now, but I do also think that is not too far off from where he actually should be. He has some explosive games where he does really good, and he has some games where he does really bad, matchup dependent. But I do think people sleep on him a bit too.
Played which group do you think AJS should be in?
Right where he's at. I think I agree with him 100%. I will never disagree with him.
Okay. All right.
What flavor is that dirt right now?
Chocolate.
A lot of bootlicking.
If you gave me a proper seed list, maybe I'd give you a better opinion. But I don't think it's bad. I think the seeding looks pretty good. At least he's got to deal with so much crap anyways running this league. Cut him a little slack.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing I want to see, the one thing I'm excited for week 2, there was two players we didn't get to see on stream. And those are Jim Bone and Candy Jack. They had external circumstances that kept them from being available. Happens to the best of us. Candy Jack's a weird one for me because he feels very frequently melancholy about Link, where he's either bored of the character, doesn't want to play the character, but it's easily his best character and nothing's really even that close to second. I wonder how he takes this season because there was part of him that didn't maybe want to join, and I'm glad he did. I'm glad he joined. Welcome back to the league, Candy Jack. You're based by placements last season. You're the forerunner to place first. Yeah, I really want to see who he plays.
It does make me a bit sad that you said that, because I do think when it comes to Link, he can get a bad rep when you think about the character. Generally, projectile focused. But I do think Candy's Link is oftentimes very aggressive and very fun to watch and good. I mean, obviously he's proven it time and time again. I mean, I would love to see him on a new character too. I can't say I would be sad to see that happen. But I mean, you're right. Candy and Jim, I am super curious. It's so sad that neither of them could make it to week 1. Because Jim, I really want to see. I don't know if he's been playing off season or not, but he's a player who we've seen progressively get better and better. It just seems like he consistently gets better. And if he has been playing off season, and if he has been, putting a little bit of effort in, he could be a real contender here for, maybe new Gatekeeper even.
Maybe.
I'd agree with that.
Candy Jack, he's got a good Young Link, he's got a good Byleth, he's got a good Kirby. He's got so many good characters I'd want to see him play, but I want him to just have fun playing in the league. So if that means not playing Link because he's feeling a bit melancholy about it, that's okay. But the Link is truly a work of art in some states.
Yeah, of course. Play what you want to play. I would love to see some Young Link. I know that's pretty much the same thing, but shorter, but I love that character. I'm not trying to influence you or anything. Just do what you got to do. If you want to win, play what you think you're best at. If you want to have fun, you really should just play who you're going to have the most fun with.
We got a chance to see Valkyria play some Young Link as well, Slade, if you need motivation to watch the matches next week.
I will watch that. I love the character.
Of course, there's no guarantee Valkyria will stay on Young Link because he's also one that's known to swap characters every once in a while.
Yeah. Young Link, though, also is the character, like, I expect people to play him how I play him, which is more of a combo fiend.
Mm-hmm.
But he obviously excels extremely well at zoning, which, if you do it great. But, don't hate me too much, everyone, when I say I love Young Link, please. Throwing that out there. That's how I play Young Link.
We can't hate you, Slade.
We can't hate you, Slade. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
Final thoughts. No, I hope. I truly wish that all 26 of our players can be consistent and compete in the upcoming 6 weeks that we've got for this season. I really don't want to see anyone drop out due to unforeseen circumstances. I don't want anyone's house or apartment hit by a meteor and they can't play anymore. I want to see them just ride it out all the way to the end because that's what makes it fun. Truly regret not being able to see who's Dave 2006. Very unfortunate that he didn't get in this season. I would have loved to see more Alpha Mu. I would have loved to see some more people return, like Hook Resets and Pro Tip. Still waiting for Spagooter. Still waiting on
this. Is still in? Or never mind. No, I misunderstood. Keep going.
Right. I'm glad that Hook Resets is in. I'm glad that Pro Tip has come back, and I still wait to see the return of Disenchanted, Spagooter, and there's some others that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But I want more people. I want more people in it so that we can do more speculation. The speculation is so much fun.
Yeah, these are a blast to do. Chai, thank you so much. Chai is basically producing this whole thing and making everything very easy for us. So if you guys enjoy the show, you definitely should thank Chai.
And if you don't like the show, blame Chai.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, looking forward to week 2. This time I hope I can stick around with Twitch chat a bit more with you guys and watch. But that's it for me.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to this episode's week of the Baddy Pre-Show. This has been Chai.
And I'm Blaze.
And I am Slade.
And catch you next week.